Hey, I'm Mando Fresko,
I'm Bryhana.
and this is Off the Air, episode 1, Bree.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Here we go. So, we wanted to make this episode about, you guys getting to know us a little better. So, Bree, I know we go way back.
Yeah.
So not so much for me, but
Right.
for everyone watching, tell us where we listen to you every day, Monday through Friday, on
Saturday.
Power and Saturday, hustling over here from 10 o'clock in the morning to 3. And but how did Bryhana get to Power 106?
Yeah, it was a long story, but I think for me, so I had broadcasting classes in high school. From there, I interned in college and just really hustled my way. And I knew that the end goal was Los Angeles for me because I'm both an actor and love radio. So legit, once I graduated college, I packed my bags, $500 to my name.
Man.
I was like, we're about to just do this. I know, seriously. And I just was like, I was so focused and ready. I was just ready to work, and started off as an assistant. And then from there, just doing overnights, board ops, whatever I could do to just learn more. I think it's important to learn behind the scenes first. Because people think you could just jump on the mic and then boom, and that's not the case. So I just really hustled, worked on air checks, and did some overnight shifts in San Diego, did weekends, and then, iHeartRadio, and then the competitor took me over, and here I am, Power 106, boom.
We're here.
We're here.
No, I know that you've been hustling for like you said, many years, and you're super talented, Bree.
Thanks, Mondo.
She is talented on camera, behind the mic. I know you've done some commercials too. I know you talk about acting. Tell me a little bit about the acting part. I don't even know about that.
So for me, I've been acting since I was pretty much 5 years old. My background is all theatrical. So I started in theater, and I remember when I was 3 years old, I saw Phantom of the Opera, and I was just at the edge of my seat, and I was I just loved it. And I was the youngest person there, and I didn't really understand until I got older why I loved the craft. I just mimicking voices. I just love changing into different characters.
Yeah.
And I thought just the fact of transforming into something else that's not yourself, you're kind of in disguise. I don't know. I thought that was fun, I guess.
It sounds fun.
Yeah. And I think with that training too would help me a lot with radio. I think that's why it was such an easy transition for me.
Yeah, because a lot of people may not know that we're talking at times to ourselves.
Literally.
Right? We're when you're acting, I'm sure there's a lot of monologues and things like that you have to remember and do by yourself. And in radio, we could be in a room literally on our own for hours
and laughing with ourselves, which is crazy.
Yeah. So you got to make jokes and literally laugh, hoping that someone's laughing on the other side listening, right?
That's my biggest fear. I don't ever want to sound too corny on the radio, but I feel whatever, at the end of the day, you're yourself.
Yeah.
It's organic.
Yeah. Yeah. So would you like to know a little bit about me?
Of course. What's your story? Let me know. I thought we were just talking about me the whole time. No, I'm just kidding. What's your story, Mondo? Talk to me. Let me know.
I'm born and raised in LA, and I grew up loving music. I started DJing when I was 14 years old, and I never really thought that radio or TV could be a career choice. My parents are Mexican American, very traditional. So for them to see that their oldest son wanted to do something in media, entertainment, music, they were like, ¿Qué es eso? What are you doing? What is that? And it took a lot of work. I remember trying to convince my parents, and how I convinced my dad. I after 5 years into my radio career. So I started doing radio when I was 18 years old at Power.
Yeah.
And
wow.
The youngest in Power 106 history, still hold that title.
DJ or on air?
On air. I know you're the youngest currently on air. You know.
So wait, what time? Wait, really quick. What day part? Like, what time were you on?
I first started doing 2 a.m. to 5 a.m.
Okay.
I got like 3 hours in the middle of the night.
That's so huge.
And I was 18 years old. Had no idea what I was really doing. I was doing some college radio then too, but just to make that jump was crazy. And initially, so I'll just rewind real quick. I was in the promotions team. I was in like the street team. 6 months later, I just worked my butt off. And then, E-Man, shout out to E-Man, who's a program director at Power. He comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, would you be interested in being on the radio?" And I was like, "Yeah." But internally, I was like, "Yo, are you kidding me right now?" So I got the gig at 18. Fast forward, started doing radio, TV, joined the MTV Viacom fam. And then, been doing it ever since 10 plus years in the game. I love every single minute of it. And, we started Hubwav Media about 3.5 years ago. We're in here,
And now you're on a morning show.
Now we're here on Hubwav. We're on Cali 93.9 every morning from Monday through Saturday, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, we out.
Through Saturday gang.
Okay. Monday through Saturday gang. From 6 to 10 every single day, and it's beautiful to be on the radio. But we made this show because there's a lot of things that we talk about on the radio, but there are a lot of things that we don't get a chance to talk about.
Yeah, we're very limited with time. I feel like.
So kind of share that with everybody.
So I feel like you kind of get an advantage now that you're on mornings because you kind of get like longer talk breaks, right?
Yeah.
But for middays, I think specifically like my longest talk breaks are probably 30 seconds. Shortest could be 6 seconds. So I think like I can't obviously get so much information just in that amount of time. And I think that with this, I think it's cool to like really dig into the topics and just say everything. Why are you smiling?
You're saying, I'm happy. Do people not? Is it weird
He's like,
for people to smile? No, what I was thinking is those 6 second talk breaks are kind of funny if you think about it.
Yeah, it's like literally.
You
got to sound calm. You're looking at the time and you're just, I don't even know, like
3, 2, 1, power 106.
Keep it here.
Yeah, no, those talk breaks are they're quick, and even like the 30-second talk breaks, like you said, like morning show, we get a little more, I guess, leeway. We get to talk a little more, but I have a radio show, and we share. It's 3 of us on a morning show, so we like get to share the time as well. So it's not like a lot of time that we have to like really vent and kind of like go in on some topics. Now, being in the radio game, what has been your favorite interview of all time?
I would say like my most memorable, just because. So for me, I don't get nervous with artists, but with this
just right
person
now that you're sitting in front of me.
No. This guy with the corny jokes.
I thought you looked nervous. No,
I'm just saying like when you see celebrities, it's just like whatever because we're used to it, you know? But with this one, I think because I love her music so much, literally her name is Her. I was in my head about it, but like after we spoke and we sat down and we just had girl talk, it was cool. It was like she literally is just like her music, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you feel like so connected when you listen to certain artists that you just love. And then when you meet them, it's like, yo, I feel like I'm talking to you like through your music. Does that make sense?
It does. No, it does. Like sometimes you meet an artist and we sort of have an expectation of, or we hope what they're gonna be like, and sometimes you do meet an artist and they're just like their music. Like their I met Cali recently, and her music's vibey and chill and calm, and that's exactly what I got. Like it was soft spoken, and I was like, wow, I feel like I'm listening to an album, but I'm talking to you. And you know, it sounds weird, but like that's there's also artists that are the opposite actually.
Really? Seriously?
So, man, I I would have to say for me, it would be Pharrell. Like Pharrell Williams. When I met him, he was very, very zen.
He is.
Another artist that is, I know they're buddies. I didn't get a chance to interview him, but we chopped it up for a little bit. Was J Balvin.
Okay.
And J Balvin, same like cool zen vibe. And I think like that to me, when someone exudes love and peace, I love that.
Who's like the opposite of their music?
Who's the opposite? I thought you were asking me who's the opposite of like zen and peace.
Oh no, we don't want to get into that. Yeah, unless we
And
want to get into that.
Oh. Look, let me talk to you real quick. I would have to say who's the opposite of their music. That's
just like not what you expected, like from listening to their music.
That's a tough one. Who would you say?
Literally off the top of my head is Lil Nas X. So, like, side note, I was his first ever radio interview ever. And he would not answer any of the questions. I think he was like either really nervous. At first I thought he was a jerk. But then like his like label and stuff were saying that he just was like maybe really nervous because it was like first ever radio interview. So any question I asked, he'd be like, or da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da. Like legit saying da-da-da-da, like not saying words. And I was like, so what do you know? Because he wouldn't, and sometimes you got to get over that hump with like interviews. You just got to figure it out. Yeah. Like, but for me, I don't know. Lil Nas X, it just was not what I expected it. Because his music is like a lot of fun, Yeah. I just thought, oh, he's going to be like this silly kid. But I don't know.
I would have to say Post Malone.
Okay.
Post Malone is like, again, like vibey with his music. I mean, he has, that song, Wow, which is like more on the in the club vibe, but like overall he kind of vibey type of music. And he's a funny dude, man. He's like, I don't know if I would
super
have talkative, funny, kind of like Jonah Hill, and vibe. Jonah Hill's just hilarious, and just the way Jonah Hill's on screen is how Post Malone is in person.
Interesting. Yeah, I would have never thought that.
Wacky, funny. Yeah. So shout out to Post Malone. Shout out to Lil Nas X too.
Yeah. Shout out to both them. Much
love. You recently saw The Game at the radio station.
Yes, he was there this morning.
What do you think of the album? What do you think of him retiring? Is a better question.
So I think it's interesting. Like, I just feel like a lot of artists this year, even Summer Walker, said that they're retiring, and I'm just like, is it true, or are you just trying to get your sales up? The Game is family, like at the end of the day. But I always wonder, like, are they being serious?
Right.
Like,
rappers retire all the time. Or they say they are.
Right.
But are they really?
But is he really? And then what are you gonna do too? Because he's just so young. It's like, what? Why not? What? I mean, but I guess if you want to retire for like a year and come back, is that retiring? Is it taking a break?
It's taking a break. Unless they want like Jordan and to come back, I think that's that. True. They get a kick out of that. But I would say, Jay-Z, who recently celebrated a birthday, he retired and came back, and then it's been, I don't know,
nonstop with him. He's doing so many different things.
I think he retired like 10, 15 years ago now. It seems like, and he came back, and he's still in the game. I don't believe The Game. By the way, I think
you think it's a game.
Yeah, I think the game is playing the game. He's been in the game for a long time. Yeah. Dre and 50, like that was his, golden era. He was on at his prime there, and I feel like with this album, he's in a good place, man. I would have to say, to be honest with you, I would have to say that this album that just dropped is one of my favorites of his entire discography.
Okay. Okay, words.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We out here. I read a dictionary before sitting down with you today. And I really do think that he's playing this. I think he's playing this. Yeah.
But okay, so for artists, when are they quote unquote like deserving of retiring? Like, can anybody just say, yo, I'm retiring? I feel like Summer Walker, this is like her first album. And then you're already retiring. How? I feel like you got to have a certain point in your career where like, okay, I put out this many albums.
Right. Like Kanye. Kanye can retire.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean,
I think we need a few more.
You think? I mean, yes, of course. I mean, if he never never stops,
yeah,
or if he never stops making music, I'm cool with that. But I think a Kanye can, or Jay-Z could retire.
Beyonce can retire.
Beyonce could retire.
She can't retire. Absolutely not. She can't retire.
Who would he like?
Would I want to retire?
To retire.
You need to retire. Let me see. I feel like I can't. I don't know. That's a tough question.
Who would he like to who would be like, yo, bro, you should just retire?
I don't know. I feel like. Who do you want to? Who would you?
What's the dude's name? It's such a. I love it. Who's that?
Kanye West and
not the Kanye part. Lil Pump. Right, so
Lil Pump can retire. Why are you doing that to Lil Pump?
If Lil Pump retired, I'm cool with it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, hey man, you made your money.
But how long has he even been out? That's what I'm saying. Like, what are your requirements for retirement?
I mean, I would either.
You're just over their music.
Me personally, I would retire him because I
didn't like the song.
We'll be good if Lil Pump retires.
Okay, all right. Next subject. Let's go to the next topic here.
What's up, Lil Pump? Come at me, bro. So you recently went to Forever 21, Baby Fat. This collab that just dropped recently.
Yeah.
How was that experience like?
Okay, so yesterday.
I'm still thinking about my Lil Pump beef right now that I just started.
Can you stop? It's not a beef.
Sorry.
So yesterday, I was invited to go to this Baby Fat event. Yeah. So it wasn't a +1. It was just like
Is
literally
that why
me.
you didn't call me?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I knew it.
And I was nervous, because I don't go. It's weird going to events by yourself when you legit don't know anybody who's gonna be there.
Yeah.
So I was like texting like my friend the whole time, like in a corner with her. She was like, "Get a drink and get up." She's like, "Meet and friends and like mingle." She's like, "Do you know who you are?" And I'm like, "No, just a girl, just here, you know." So like 5-10 minutes go by, and I'm legit. Everybody has a friend, you know. Everybody's talking to somebody, and I finally was just like, you know what? Forget this. Like I'm gonna mingle. So I started mingling.
Nice.
And I met Kimora Lee.
Nice.
And her daughter. And then she invited me to her VIP area. And those are my friends for the night.
Wow, look at you.
Which is so random because I legit was about to leave like 5 minutes in. And she, like, we're like cool now. We exchange information. She like, wants to come up.
How do you go about that, you know, those conversations for people that go to these events? Mm-hmm. How do you go about like connecting with someone like Kimora and just, you know, casually becoming BFFs?
She literally just pulled me. Like seriously, I was standing right there and she's like, "Come here." Like, I'm not kidding.
Like, what were you doing? Were you just like looking at the wall? Like,
I don't know. Like, yeah, I kind of was. And I was talking to this girl next to me. I liked her outfit. And then she was just like, "Oh my God, come here." Cause I had taken photos with her like 5 minutes prior. And I don't know, we just had a moment. I think it was the afro. She really liked my hair.
That's cool.
And I had a Baby Fat top on. So maybe she was like, "Oh, shoot, you're supporting me."
Yeah.
I didn't really ask her. I just was like, just smiling. I think that's like the key. Just smile and be nice.
That's good. That's great advice. Because a lot of people go to these events and especially like industry events.
Right.
And they try to, you know, be all hard, or they think that, oh, me looking snobby or
is the way to go. Why is that? I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely not the
RBF. Resting bitch face. Yeah. What about you?
I'm
do you go to
acronyms? I know what that means, Brie. Okay.
Wait, do you go to events by yourself though? Because I was like really freaked out about going alone.
I hardly go to events by myself. I usually get +1s, Bryhana. Listen,
people don't know your sarcasm. Like, dang, he's me. Who is this Mando guy?
You know, no. When I get to go to events, you know, solo, dolo. No, it's great to connect and obviously like make eye contact.
So you're just staring at people across the room,
smiling, like, "Hey, look, oh, a nice guy. Someone talk to me." No, you just make eye contact and you know and shake hands and just start a combo.
So what would you say is like the most important thing about going to events alone?
I would say definitely socialize. I mean, obviously it's a kind of no brainer, but like, make eye contact and smile, sort of like what you were saying, because people think that looking hard, looking cool, especially, in LA, like people think, oh, the cool thing to do is like look like you're too cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like chilling. I'm just like looking to the other side. It's like, bro, you're not going to connect with anybody like that.
Yeah, you got to smile. You got to look people in the eyes.
Yeah.
Compliment them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
This guy. You know what? I do like your highlights, so your highlights are fly.
Thank you. Okay? Highlight
gang.
You know
Curly hair gang. Let's go.
I call them guy lights.
All right. Next topic.
So we have Christmas around the corner now.
Yes, Christmas is around the corner.
I want to know is Bryhana does she like
a
to
giver
give,
or a receiver?
I was going to say that.
Just get into it.
I was trying to avoid that. Are you a giver or a receiver? Do you like to give gifts or do you like to receive these gifts?
To be honest, I love to give. For me, like, I don't know, like picking stuff out for other people is fun. Me, I get anxiety going into the mall. Like if I'm buying something for myself, because I feel pressured. Like, am I really gonna wear this or am I not? But for other people, I'm like, oh, they're gonna wear it because I bought it. I'm just kidding. But no, like I just like shopping for other people. Like I like just seeing their smiles. And if they don't smile, whatever. At least they know that I was thinking of them.
Right.
Are you a giver or a receiver, Mando?
I like to give gifts.
Okay.
I definitely love to just like give and share with friends and family. Yeah.
I ain't never got nothing from you. I'm just kidding.
Well, Christmas is around the corner. And I do believe that you can't go wrong either way. I mean, if you love to receive gifts, hey, it's all good. But no, I love to give. I think when it comes to like Christmas time, I geek out more so if I'm giving family and friends a gift. Like if I got 10 gifts to give, seeing someone smile it fills me inside. Pause. More so than seeing than receiving gifts.
Now, are you like a last minute person shopping, or do you think 1,000. In advance? Really, like a couple days before?
No, like Christmas Eve morning.
Whoa!
At the mall.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's been me.
No forever. Amazon, no nothing.
I always say I'm gonna do that every year. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna stock up on Cyber Monday and all that. Nah.
Forget.
No, it doesn't really happen that way.
I do it in advance. You got to. All the sales just passed.
So okay. So how about you? Like, are you you take your time? Like, are you?
I take my time. I will feel rushed. You gotta like really think about it, cause you're like, it's a thought that counts. You want to, and for me, I like to make things too, like picture frames.
Oh, here we go.
I decorate. I'm that girl. You'll see me at Hobby
People
Lobby.
People who make stuff are cheap.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Yeah, man, you're balling.
First of all, they're expensive. It depends on, I'm not going to the dollar store.
So they're expensive DIY gifts.
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe it might be like that one like medium gift, but then you get the expensive too. Just because you have money doesn't mean you should be balling out on gifts all the time.
I mean,
it's called saving. That's how you keep money in your pocket, Mando. You should know that. Look at this place.
Yeah, you're right.
Did you not save your money?
No, yeah, 1,000. I'm all for saving. I just, I had a friend.
You had a friend?
I had a friend that would give me gifts, would make gifts. Right?
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? It's all good because, at the time, we're hustling. We didn't have money and stuff. But then she started making money. And then she continued to make me gifts. And I'm like, bro, like, you can buy me something now.
Really? What would you expect for her to get you?
And that's why, she used to be my friend.
You are so messed up.
I wanna thank you, Bree. Episode 1
yes
is pretty much done. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it.
Okay.
I wanted to.
I'm just glad that we actually got around to this because I have been asking Mando to do a podcast for over a year, just about. Yeah. And you're like, oh yeah. Every time.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. And we work together, granted. So like in the hallways, that podcast, Mando. Oh yeah.
And,
so messed up.
Now we're here.
Yeah, we're here. Episode 1.
It's happening. Off the air. Weekly episodes. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk about like pop culture topics. We're gonna talk about relationship topics.
Mondo's hair, girlfriends.
We're talking about
whatever
like
else you got going on.
Yeah, when we go get our hair done together, we're gonna talk about all of that.
Yeah.
All right, Bree.
Thank you.
All right, there it is. Episode 1 done. Go and share with your friends. Off the air. Mando Fresko.
Bryhana.